So, Nikki,
Yes, Toon.
is it just me? Or have we been doing this for like ages?
It seems like it. We've been doing this for, I can't even remember how long.
Do you remember when we decided, you know what we should do? We should do a wrestling podcast. We should bring in some people and start doing our predictions on stuff. You want to know what pay per view we first started with?
What would that be?
Money in the Bank.
No way! So are you saying that it has been 1 year since the Haymakers started doing podcasts?
Pretty much, yeah. It's been a whole year. Last year we saw the beginning of the future. We saw the beginning of Seth Rollins, who won Money in the Bank. We didn't know at the time, but Seth Rollins was going to probably be one of the most interesting superstars since then. And now look at him. He is the WWE champion. So now we come to this year's Money in the Bank, where anything could happen and a whole new chapter could start. For our 1 year anniversary, we come back to Money in the Bank. And we also got this guy over here now with us.
Hi.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Haymakers 1 year anniversary. Woo!
Hype. I forgot to bring my party hat.
Man, you're from New Orleans. You know all about the party. Why the fuck didn't you bring the party?
I don't know. I'm drunk.
Also, it's a couple months too late for Mardi Gras.
Damn. Yeah, you know me. I'm Toon.
I'm DJ Calcos.
I'm Nikki.
Y'all know who we are. You've been listening to us for like ages, so you should know who we are. So yeah, Money in the Bank 2015.
Like the winner of Money in the Bank has like a 90-something% chance of going on to winning the title. And usually that means we're going to see somebody who's new to the main event scene jump up into there and show the world what they got, even though we kind of know who's going to be this year, and he's already kind of been there for a while.
Yeah, we'll get to the Money in the Bank match. We got a bunch of other matches to go through. So, yeah, let's get this show on the road.
All right, so let's start off with the pre-show match.
Yep, R-Truth versus King Barrett.
Okay.
Hype.
Hype.
Woo.
Hype for King Barrett not delivering bad news because that's not his gimmick anymore. His gimmick is that he's a king. Why? Because
he's British. That's why.
Yeah, it's okay. Barrett's the king. He's the king of jobbing.
Pretty much. And I really do think that he'll be doing that again on Sunday. I'm taking R-Truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna say R-Truth as well. I don't see any reason why Barrett would win. I mean, god damn, the guy, I feel bad for him.
I would feel bad, but he really is bringing nothing new to the table when it comes to being king. Like, at least, take a good king, for instance, like King Booker.
Well, he's not supposed to bring anything new. The reason why they put the king gimmick on him is just to get rid of the bad news gimmick. Remember last year around Elimination Chamber and Extreme Rules when he was delivering bad news and everybody was hyped on him? Yeah, they killed that. They killed that dead.
Yeah, just in case you had any inclination that maybe the WWE is starting to get their shit together and are okay with people organically getting over on their own. Nope, fuck that noise.
Nope, not happening.
What? How dare you have the audacity to get over with the crowd? I hope you enjoy jobbing for the next 5 years.
Yeah, We're seeing that right now with Mizdow having to do the whole Macho Man Dow and Axelmania thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad because basically it's like with Sandow, they let him off the leash for 10 seconds and then yank him right back.
I should know. I got to go to a WWE live event the other night.
Lucky you.
Oh yeah, it was really cool. I got a Kevin Owens shirt and everything. But Miz came out. He was doing his whole spiel and he was saying, "I'll challenge anybody in the back to a match." And out comes Jack Swagger of all people, which was bizarre to me. I thought he was injured or something, but he comes out. Miz can't do a damn thing to him. He gets put in the Patriot lock, tap, tap, tap. And then Miz gets back up again and goes, "I will challenge anybody besides Jack Swagger." And then out comes Macho Man Dow. The whole place goes nuts. And I'm like, finally, closure. And yeah, and he ended up putting Miz in a figure 4 leg lock for some reason and got the submission.
That's because the figure 4 leg lock is one of Miz's signature moves. So,
oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Miz, for some dumb reason, tried to incorporate the figure 4, even though he sucks balls at doing it.
Remember when Ric Flair was trying to like sponsor Miz and make him all great and stuff, and he was going to use the figure 4 to honor Ric Flair?
Yeah, the thing with that though is you kind of got to be good at it. Otherwise, it just looks like you're laying with your legs locked with the guy. It looks like you should be cuddling with him.
Anyway, back to the match. Yeah, I'm going to go with R-Truth. R-Truth has a lot more potential R-Truth has a lot more potential now than he did before because now he's just being himself. Like when he interrupted Roman Reigns and Ziggler when he was coming out during the Money in the Bank thing, like, wait a minute, he's not in this match. And he starts proclaiming and he's just like, wait, I'm not? Okay, later.
He actually apologized and left, and I was just like, God damn, that was funny.
I think the reactions, though, I don't think that was planned.
Yeah, at least Ziggler and Reigns didn't know about it going in. Like, because they didn't even try to hold back their laughter. They were just rolling on the floor, especially Reigns, which I thought was cool. But
I guess we're all in favor of truth.
The truth
shall set you free.
Next match is the New Day defending their tag team titles against the Primetime Players.
Billions of dollars.
I think it might actually be happening this time.
You think Primetime Players are going to win?
I think they might. They're cutting great promos. They're getting pushed. Honestly, it's a toss-up because either team could absolutely win it. New Day could retain. Primetime Players could steal one. Who the hell knows? All I know is that the Primetime Players have a chance. But I'm not going to decide it yet. I want to hear you guys' opinion, because I already know who Nikki's going to pick. I don't exactly know who Zach is going to pick, though. So I want to hear your guys' opinions.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm kind of high on both of these teams right now. So
they're both doing really good.
Oh yeah, like they're both doing really good stuff right now. And if the Primetime Players win, then I'm gonna have to start pushing my chips in favor of maybe Kingston pulling off Money in the Bank. I know that's absolutely batshit insane, but can you imagine New Day messing around with the Money in the Bank contract? That shit'll be hype.
That would be crazy.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, they'd be able to do quite a bit with it. There's just that one looming question of whether or not he could actually pull that off. But I guess I'll go with the Primetime Players.
Hey, sticking with the guns. Zach, what about you? I'm still deciding. I have no goddamn idea.
Well, I was right last time, so I'm going to go with the New Day again. Simply because the New Day has a their greatest asset is pulling off the cheap victory or having the numbers advantage on their side. And it doesn't seem no matter what anybody tries, the New Day somehow wins. And I've noticed this for like the past few pay-per-views and such.
Well, it's worth noting that normally the two people who are in the match are Kofi and Big E. This time it's going to be Big E and Xavier because Kofi's in Money in the Bank. So like it's going to kind of depend on where the placement is. But if Kofi gets if Money in the Bank happens before the tag team title match, and Kofi gets all like janked up and is exhausted after the match, then maybe Primetime Players will have. Or it'll be back to a 50-50 thing because it'll be back to 2-on-2.
Well, see, about this, there's two ways that this could go down. If the New Day ends up retaining, there's a good chance that Kofi's going to win too, and then they're going to be running around with the tag team championships and the briefcase. But say, though, that the Primetime Players win, though,
right,
and they take the titles off, it's a good way to start extending their feud. So, actually, you know what? You know, I just reconvinced myself. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go with the Primetime Players.
Billions of dollars.
Which is kind of weird because you just caused me to switch. Because I'm going to take the New Day. Because when you have an over as hell 3-person tag team, what's usually a good idea for this sort of thing is to give 2 of them the tag titles and give the third guy something else. When the
Shield.
Yeah, when the Shield was as high as they did, they gave Reigns and Rollins the tag titles, and they gave Ambrose the United States title. The NWO, I think back then they had Hogan as the world champion and Hall and Nash as the tag champions. It's got there's precedent to this, and if that's the case, then I think Big E and Xavier could hold the tag titles while Kofi gets a shock of a lifetime push into the main event scene.
Man, that'd be hilarious because Kofi's been in the Money in the Bank ladder match like God knows how many times. He's probably been in like no, he wasn't in the very first one, but since the pay-per-view started, he's usually been there. And I'm thinking to myself, man, the only time Kofi's ever going to win is if he became a heel.
Well, la-di-da.
So all it took was a fucking heel turn, and now I got my briefcase.
I'm still
been in the
undecided because this all hinges on the Money in the Bank match because Kofi is in it. So if the primetime players win, then Kofi Kingston's not winning. Because, I mean, the Money in the Bank match has other people that are more likely to win it. One in particular. We'll get to that. So if the New Day retains, they could lose it on Raw to an upcoming Enzo and Cass, but we still don't know anything about that. We don't know shit about them debuting, just like we didn't know anything about Kevin Owens debuting or Neville debuting. We didn't know about that. We have very prevalent outcomes that I have no idea. It's honestly a shot in the dark. I'm going to go with the primetime players. It's the more likely of the situations. It would be nice to see them win it. Really, really nice to see them win it and hold it.
They deserve it.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see them win it and hold it until Night of Champions at least. SummerSlam seems a bit too soon. But because the tag team division has so many competitors right now, it's a good way to have the tag champs hold it for 2 or 3 months, then give it to another team. And then that team gives it to another team, and it starts a chain that continues to going. The primetime players could drop it to the Lucha Dragons. The Lucha Dragons could drop it to a returning Usos. The Usos could drop it then to Eric Rowan and Luke Harper and the Reapers as they're now called. And the cycle can continue over and over again to keep things fresh and interesting as new tag teams start to enter the fray and old tag teams start to split. So I'm going to have to go with the primetime players. That seems to be what the cycle has been because you have Miz and Mizdow winning, the Usos winning, then Tyson Kidd and Cesaro winning, then the New Day winning. Now the primetime players are going to win. So
yeah,
I think they're going to continue on this cycle. So yeah, I'm going to have to go with PTP on this one. It's a shot in the dark, but I'm going with my gut.
The other thing we got to consider is that even though the other thing we have to consider, even if the New Day loses the tag titles, they're still over. They're still like getting a lot of heel heat regardless. If Kofi possibly wins, he could still win, and then they just replace the tag titles with the Money in the Bank contract. Or if they don't win, they could just chase after the titles or just be obnoxious snots to everybody else.
It would be kind of funny to see them try to freebird the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, man, I really don't know.
Yeah, the three of them would be holding it, and then maybe, just maybe, Kofi looks at this and he realizes, you know what? I don't need either of you. Face turn, spy fuckers.
No, don't kill the New Day now.
No, it's way too soon.
They are.
No, not now, but heels. Down the line.
Yeah,
it's certainly possible. I mean, they are over with the crowd now. Ever since the Raw after WrestleMania, when people started the New Day sucks chants, and then all of a sudden they turned heel, and their stock just skyrocketed, and it would be a sin to kill it now. Don't do it.
Knowing WWE, they'll try to.
No, I doubt that. I highly doubt that.
King Barrett.
Look, I get that, but there was logical...
Daniel Bryan.
No, with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, they knew things that we didn't.
No, I mean... Well, I should be more specific. Daniel Wyatt.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that. I understand. But they wouldn't have turned New Day heel in the first place if they didn't think it would work. So it's working. Don't fix what's broken. I think the New Day are going to stay heels for quite a while. I think they're going to get hot. And when they're not hot, they're going to split. It's whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So me and Calcos are with PTP?
Yes, and Nikki
I'm
in
with
a
you.
massive swerve is not going with PTP.
Only thousands of dollars this time.
No, Nikki's got the power of positivity on his side.
Oh, Haymakers!
No, don't fucking do that.
No need to feel sour. Come on, clap your hands and feel the power.
I wasn't going to do it, but this asshole over here decided to do it. So, hey.
Bam. All right, next match.
Then again,
Next match. This is an interesting one. Okay. Next match is Ryback defending his Intercontinental Championship against the Big Show. Okay, first off,
Is it interesting though?
I'm an idiot. Why didn't I go for Ryback? Because I was watching halfway through the match. I'm just like, wait, oh fuck, they are gonna do Ryback. Because here's what they did. They did that one little thing. During the match, they were talking on commentary, and they were talking about how Ryback met this one person. He talked about how he's turning his life around. At that fucking instant, I realized they're going with Ryback. I am so screwed. And Ryback wins the championship. Fuck me.
Ryback rules, lol.
It's because of that I fucking ended my streak. Why didn't I go with Ryback?
Actually, you lost like 2 matches. So
What was the other one?
The other one was you lost actually a couple of them. You lost Kevin Owens versus John Cena as well.
Oh yeah.
You went with the safety bet, and for some goddamn, I don't know how the fuck it happened, but you lost after betting on John fucking Cena.
I thought it
Holy
would be the safe bet, though. Why didn't
It was the safe bet.
It was.
But
Like, it was
the
a safe
WWE decided that now, all of a sudden, now we're swerving people. Fuck you.
No, we'll get to the Cena Owens later. But yeah, Ryback is defending his Intercontinental Championship against the Big Show. Okay, no question here, Ryback. They are not going to have Ryback lose the championship now. No way.
Especially to the fucking Big Show of all people. Like,
This match is to demonstrate Ryback's power. That's the big thing about it, because he is one of the very few people that can convincingly lift the Big Show with very little effort. Cena can lift the Big Show, but it's not convincing.
The whole time he's going.
Yeah, he's
like he's about to go
Ryback
fucking Super Saiyan.
Ryback just goes up, down. Like
Mark Henry does that too.
Well, he's Mark Henry, man.
He's literally the world's strongest man.
At one point, he is. His record's been broken multiple times. He's not the strongest man anymore.
Yeah,
but
in
goddamn,
in kayfabe.
Yeah,
But
in
still.
kayfabe. But yeah, Ryback is one of those guys, so that's why they're putting him against Big Show. And not to mention, Big Show is a big staple with the WWE. We rag on him, but he is always a good choice to put him against somebody because he's a very safe worker. He knows the business. He knows how to get people over. Yeah, he's not what he once was, but he's still a decent choice for matches like this where you need a guy to prove himself. And that's why I'm picking Ryback. Of course, the fact that he's been a champion for about 2 weeks is also another reason, and he needs to hold that shit for a little while.
Yeah, not to mention the fact that the Intercontinental title just looks good on the guy. Like,
it does. It looks real good on him. I was like, you have it around his belt or on his shoulder. It's like he looks like a legit champion. The fact that he's cutting all of these really cool inspirational promos, the fact that he's all fucking super happy but means business when it's time to fucking go. And the fact that Ryback doesn't seem to be as dangerous as he once was.
That's an important thing.
Yeah, I think he seems to be a lot safer. So that's why they put the championship on him, because it's like, you know what, Ryback? You've gone through hell and back, and you also injured CM Punk, so here you go.
He is no longer dumb as shit. Or dumb as fuck.
We're all on Ryback?
Ryback rules.
Oh, unless somehow Big Show just decides to fucking win somehow, or maybe he hits a KO punch on Ryback, goes for the pin, and accidentally wins or some shit. Could you imagine if Big Show actually knocks out somebody and during a big match, and he goes for the pin, and the guy doesn't kick out at 3, and the ref's just like, oh, fuck.
That That's happened
Big
before.
Show wins the championship.
That has happened before. There was an episode of SmackDown. I forget who Big Show was facing, but he got knocked out. He bounces against the ropes and falls on the guy, and he got the 3 count because the guy couldn't get out because he had all of Big Show's weight on him. It was pretty fucking great. Not going to lie. But yeah, we're all on Ryback, right?
Yes.
All right. That was actually very easy. Let's move on.
All right, next match is Nikki Bella versus Divas.
There are only 4 divas. Holy shit. There are 4 divas in the
There's
WWE
nothing.
right now.
Why does that? Okay, you guys watched the Elimination Chamber match, right?
Yeah.
Did you? That was awful, even for divas standards.
Yeah,
That
like
was bad. Like, okay, you have your great matchups in WWE for the women. You have Lita and Trish Stratus. You have basically anybody that Beth Phoenix fought. You've got Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. And then you have this.
ugh.
God.
Any sort of like positive feedback that Naomi's gotten. Bye, goodbye. Holy fuck, you are a botch machine.
All
Poor
right,
Naomi.
let's just all vote Nikki Bella because
Nikki Bella.
we all know that she's going to hold the championship until she breaks AJ Lee's record, which will be around the next pay-per-view. And then at that point, they're probably going to pass it on to somebody else.
My
Yeah.
thing is with this, my only prediction, other than Nikki's going to win, my prediction is that it's not going to be Paige. It's not going to be Naomi. It's probably going to be somebody that's going to be new to the scene that's going to take the belt off Nikki.
Charlotte. The answer you are looking for is Charlotte.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that would be a pretty big pop. I don't know.
She has nothing left to do in NXT anymore. She's won the title. She's put over, she put over, what's her face? She put over Sasha Banks. She helped align herself with Bayley and got her up going. And she even helped put over Dana Brooke and Emma. Like, she's done everything she could possibly do in NXT. It's time. The Raw after Money in the Bank is time for her to come up.
Could be Emma.
No.
I only say Emma because I read a report where I read something about like some Twitter things were going on and how they were like supposedly hinting that Emma is going to be like the next in line or some shit.
Really?
Hey, WWE surprised us before. As long as she gets rid of that whole stupid snake. What was her gimmick?
I don't even remember.
Other than not being able to wrestle, but hey, that's what the divas all seem to go with now. that just abort that joke. Whatever. Okay, we're all for Nikki. Next
Yeah.
match.
We're all
Yeah.
Nikki.
Moving on.
All right.
Let's get to something more fun.
John Cena versus Kevin Owens, the rematch that shouldn't be.
Okay. Okay, look. This rematch only works if Kevin Owens disqualifies himself and beats the shit out of Cena. He doesn't need a clean win. He doesn't even need a clean loss. He just needs to beat the shit out of Cena. And it works because he already got that clean win. In fact, that win was so clean that Owens and Cena never even exited the ring at Elimination Chamber.
Really?
That was something I actually noticed about halfway through. I was like, these guys haven't left the ring, have they? And
No.
so I paid attention to that throughout the match. They didn't. Not once. That is how clean that match was.
Yeah. And they didn't go outside of the ring, bop each other with the announce table, throw each other into the ring post. No. The entire 20-something minutes of that match took place within those 4 ropes. Or 4 sides.
Good reference. Okay.
Thing about this match, though, I don't really know who's going to win. If Cena wins, well, hey, good on him. He got his revenge, but that's just going to set up a third match. Kevin Owens wins, well, let's have a third match. But here's what I do know. They are going to have a third match, and it's going to be a gimmick match. Could be anything. Could be last man standing. Could be fucking I quit. Could be no disqualification, no holds barred, falls count anywhere. I don't know. But there's going to be a third match, and it's going to be probably the most violent, and it's going to be the end of it. And then Kevin Owens moves on. So whoever wins here doesn't really matter because there's going to be a third one anyway. But
well, I think this would work if John Cena wins here clean. They get one more rematch at Battleground, and it's going to be one of those crazy stipulations like probably no DQ or last man standing or something like that, and that's where Kevin Owens is going to win again. It's going to be a 2 out of 3, and I'm okay with that, because judging by their Elimination Chamber matches, this is going to be one of those things where it's like you can watch it over and over and over again and never get bored. So if their preceding matches are like that, I'm on board. Give it to me. So if you're right, I think John Cena is going to win this one, and then they'll go into a no DQ type situation where Kevin Owens will win to prove that he is stronger and more willing to do what it takes to win.
Yeah.
I believe that John Cena will win, but there will be a distraction in the form of a certain Samoan submission machine. Because next week on NXT, I believe it was announced that there's going to be a one-on-one match between Owens and Samoa Joe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That match was already recorded.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying in kayfabe-wise, like, going by the timelines.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. Samoa Joe could come out. I could see that.
Yeah, Joe pops out. He and Kevin have their little back and forth, and then all of a sudden, whoop, F you.
It would be, okay, since you're talking about that, then yeah, it'd be the perfect way for to add more fuel to the fire for their feud. So, yeah, exactly. I'm going with Cena.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I don't like the idea of a distraction finish, because one thing that Kevin Owens has proven himself not to be, like, Kevin Owens is an asshole. Kevin Owens is a talented wrestler. Kevin Owens fights for his family, although that's a complete ruse, so that way he has an excuse to do what he wants. One thing they haven't shown Kevin Owens to be is an idiot. Like, I don't like the idea of a distraction finish, because it just books Kevin Owens as though he's a complete dumbass. And that is one thing that Owens is not and should not be. So, I'm going to vote John Cena, but I think it's going to be clean.
I think like, it's gonna every single wrestler in the history of forever has fallen for that. So, like, he wouldn't be that bad of an idiot for doing that.
And it depends also how convincing that looks. Like, Kevin Owens would be like, oh shit, fine, whatever. And it could be a roll-up, could be an attitude adjustment out of nowhere. We all know for sure he's not tapping, so it's either a roll-up or an attitude adjustment.
Right.
I don't know.
Probably a roll-up. Probably a roll-up, because we've seen him kick out of an AA before.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with John Cena. It probably will lead up to a third match, but that third match is going to be awesome. I mean, if these guys can put on a fucking near perfect clean match, imagine the shit that they're gonna get in a dirty match.
Can I also just say that I have been sold on Owens since he started calling Cena Super Cena. I am loving all of his promos. I am loving the fact that he is saying all the shit that I've been thinking of saying. Just like, haven't we opened up Raw with John Cena for like the past 10 years? And I'm just
they know what they're doing, because
there's
Kevin
some meta shit going on
Kevin
here.
Kevin Owens appeals to us. He appeals to the
He's a fucking smart
fans. Yeah, he appeals to the smart fans that watch the indie shows, that don't like John Cena's booking. They don't like it. So when Kevin Owens goes out, they tell him to do this shit because we like him. And we like John Cena more because we like the fact that Kevin Owens is actually performing competently against Cena.
Man, I've been wondering what would happen if they would have taken a wrestler and given him smart tendencies. And I thought that shit would get over so fucking hard. And la-di-da, here we are. Kevin Owens is that guy incarnate. So, yes, working great.
Yeah, I think we're all on John Cena, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I fucking love this time of year because we get the Money in the Bank ladder match. Okay, in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, we have Dolph Ziggler, Neville, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Sheamus, and Kane. Oh, gee, I wonder who's gonna win.
Roman Reigns, the guy with the biggest pecs. Roman Reigns, the guy who has lots of sex. Roman Reigns, the guy with a lot of class. Roman Reigns, the guy who will kick your ass.
They actually made that a thing?
That's a fan creation.
Okay, I was about to say.
No, they would not. Would they?
I don't think they'd have something say Roman Reigns has lots of sex. I don't think they'd do that. Nope.
You gotta make him look strong.
Especially since Roman Reigns is married, so like.
Yeah, it's true. Well,
Calcos, do you remember when you were freaking out over the idea of Roman Reigns being in the Money in the Bank ladder match?
Okay. They have to do this right. Now, let's, first off, before we get to the Roman Reigns situation, let's just do process of elimination. Kane's not winning it. He's there to make people look good. Sheamus isn't winning it. He's there to make people look good. Dolph Ziggler's not winning it. He's gotten too many concussions. He's never getting a main event push ever again. Kofi Kingston, kind of questionable, but probably not. Randy Orton, not going to win it. He doesn't need it. He'll win the championship again later on. Neville, just another spot monkey like Kofi Kingston, probably not going to win it. Not to mention it's way too early to be pushing him this hard. So, Roman Reigns is the clear choice. So, before we name our predictions, let's just look at possibilities. So, with Roman Reigns having Money in the Bank, a lot of this has to do with how the main event match goes. So, I think we should just all, now that we've done our process of elimination, we should just make our pick and then discuss this match more in depth during our discussion of the main event. Do you all agree?
Okay.
Yes.
All right, because I mean, the outcome of the Money in the Bank match very much hinges on who has the World Heavyweight Championship at the end of Money in the Bank.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so should we say who we think is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship match, or?
No, well, we should make our predictions on Money in the Bank now.
Okay, obviously I'm taking Roman Reigns.
I'm taking Roman Reigns. Yeah, we're all taking Roman Reigns. It is
kind of sad that the most unpredictable event of the year has such an easy outcome.
Well,
the only other thing, if I had to make a second pick, I'm gonna go with Kofi for a second pick.
Same here.
Same.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He's the only other person it makes sense for. Ziggler, like I said, Ziggler's too injury prone. Orton can get the title on his own. Kane is there. Sheamus is doing a movie, so he's going to be out for a little while.
Yeah.
And Neville is too soon. Reigns and arguably Kingston are the only two candidates who you could possibly envision winning this thing.
I don't like this situation very much, but if Roman Reigns wins it, because of how the main event goes, you have a lot of opportunities for some serious fuckery. So, with that said, let's go to the main event.
Main event time. Seth Rollins defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Dean Ambrose in a ladder match.
Hey, remember back when back around WrestleMania time, there came out a little report saying that Dean Ambrose is going to get this huge push heading into SummerSlam, and everybody was like, no, that's not going to happen. Ambrose has no direction. He's mid-card for life. Ba.
No,
back-to-back championship main events.
Look, have you guys seen the Money in the Bank main promo picture?
Yeah, it's Ambrose looking like a badass.
It is Ambrose's face. And that's it. Reigns is not on it. Rollins is not on it. Cena's not on it. Owens is not on it. Nobody's on it but Ambrose. That is so huge. Specifically just for Ambrose. He is getting a massive push. And given that they put Ambrose on ice, that's why he had no direction, because it just wasn't time yet. They had a plan. They just had to wait for it. And now is the time. Now, with this main event, because it's in the Money in the Bank pay-per-view and it happens after the actual Money in the Bank match, this is where things get weird. So, let's talk about possibilities, assuming Roman Reigns wins the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Okay, I can think of at least 3 ways right off the bat this is how it's going to go down. 1, Ambrose wins. He's celebrating. Roman Reigns comes out. Heel turn, cash in, championship. 2, Rollins wins clean and proves that he's a great champion. Or, third possible option, the Authority comes out and screws over Rollins so that Ambrose can win.
Wait, screws over Rollins?
Rollins has been mouthing off at the Authority, and given the fact that J&J Security actually got a pinfall victory over Seth Rollins,
which was the coolest shit ever, may I add.
I'm so happy for Joey Mercury, man. Like, the guy's life was in shambles just 5 years ago, and look at him go.
He's got a pinfall victory over the WWE champion on the main event of Raw.
I am so
That
happy.
is higher than he has ever been with Eminem.
That is higher than he has ever been with anything. That is
Although I don't think we want Joey Mercury anywhere near ladder, so because we all know what happened last time.
Okay, I have a very good feeling though. You mentioned like the Authority might screw over Seth Rollins.
Face turn.
I have a very good feeling that Seth Rollins will be turning face because a lot of people really like him. He's been heel for about a year now, and he's been doing a very good job at it. But given the direction that we've been seeing him go for about a month, where it's like, I don't need the Authority, where in reality, yes, he does actually need the Authority. So he's getting too big for his britches, and it's gonna bite him in the ass. We are leading to... Huh?
Wait, I just realized something. They could always pull the whole ruse. I was lying. I tricked Ambrose. We're tighter than hell. I was just playing. Everybody gang up on Ambrose. Bam, I win.
That would be... Here's the thing.
I don't want them to do that, though.
I don't think they will, because Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins at the main event of Elimination Chamber got the ultimate dusty finish. That was a dusty finish. And dusty finishes only work if the person that got fucked wins the championship soon after. So if Dean Ambrose doesn't win the championship, then, that dusty finish is worthless. Completely fucking worthless. You can just put that in a drawer and forget about it. But if Ambrose wins, that dusty finish means a lot more. So if Dean Ambrose does win, even by fuckery of the Authority, then Roman Reigns has the opportunity to perform a heel turn, ally with the Authority. Seth Rollins turns face. That's a second dusty finish. And then Dean Ambrose can win the championship from Roman Reigns later on. The thing is, I don't like the timing of this, because it's not like it's in the fall before Royal Rumble and before WrestleMania. It's before SummerSlam. And if Roman Reigns is going to win the championship, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt they're going to keep him the championship on it for 2 months. Unless they really want to. I think that's the best option, personally. Roman Reigns heel turn, Seth Rollins face turn, Dean Ambrose wins it at SummerSlam. Roman Reigns stays heel with the Authority and does other things. But I don't like the timing. It's the wrong time of year for that. Seth Rollins' face turn is basically guaranteed. I honestly think that Dean Ambrose might turn heel. But there is another problem with that. Ambrose as heel with the championship, that would mean that we'd be going through a year of heel champions, starting with Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, moving on to Seth Rollins, and then a heel Dean Ambrose.
I think first off, my pick's on Ambrose. I think it's time we finally got a face champion.
I would like to see a face champion. Here's what I see ends up happening. The Authority comes out in the middle of the match, beats the shit out of Ambrose. Rollins gets the title, and the Authority celebrating with them, and then the Authority takes out Rollins. They take out 2 birds with 1 stone. They take out the lunatic who's been trying to kick their ass all the time, and the guy who's been getting too big for their bridges, and aligns himself with the new Mr. Money in the Bank. The more, how should I say, WWE approved authority guy. And then Roman Reigns wins.
Maybe, though, okay, there's a fourth option they didn't consider. Seth Rollins wins. He's celebrating. And the authority does what they did to Randy Orton when there was Evolution. Thumbs up, thumbs down, bye-bye, stripped of the championship. And then at the next pay-per-view, they have a little vacant sort of thing. And that's how Dean Ambrose wins.
I don't like that. I don't
like that either, but it's another option.
No,
it's a dumb option.
They can't waste that dusty finish. They cannot waste that. Like, that dusty finish was so great because it means that Dean Ambrose is going to finally get his fucking revenge in a ladder match, which is one of Dean Ambrose's forte matches, mind you. And
it's going to be at one of the big 5 pay-per-views. So
yeah, it's going to be at one of their more successful pay-per-views. Money in the Bank has been very, very consistent. As I've mentioned before, it is a very consistent pay-per-view. It's always something neat that happens.
Something big always happens there.
Yeah. Basically, Money in the Bank has entered the WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam pantheon as the elite pay-per-views.
I would agree.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to say Dean Ambrose myself, but I can't predict the actual aftermath. But as I said earlier, this is a perfect ground for some serious fuckery. This is the next link in the chain. The chain started at WrestleMania 31 with Brock Lesnar losing his title to a Seth Rollins cash-in, with Roman Reigns not getting his vindication and having to work from there to gain the respect of the fans. And this is the next link in that chain. This is the pay-per-view that will set events to SummerSlam, which will be the next link in the chain, all the way to one of the pay-per-views in the fall, likely Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series. But it's really hard to tell how they're going to do it. All I know is all bets are off.
This is going to be... hopefully they don't take the most unpredictable night in the WWE and give it the most cookie-cutter basic finish ever. That's all I want. I want something to happen by the end of the night that I was not expecting.
I would want that too. But here's the thing. We have a lot of options as to what the WWE could do. If the WWE surprises us and goes with a finish we hadn't considered, then that would be pretty interesting. But as far as I'm concerned, with how things are going to go down, I think now is the right time for Ambrose to win the championship. I think this is the right time for these three, because Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose have been circling around ever since they split up, and it seems that they're doing better split up, but still somehow together in a sense, better than when they were the Shield. They're still floating around. They're still in the main event. They're still relevant. And it's been almost more than a year or so. And it's great. These three are just as talented together as they are on their own. And I believe that they're part of this future. It's not just Seth Rollins. I believe Ambrose and Reigns are a part of that future, and it could go on and on. I know for a fact that Reigns is going to get the championship at some point. I know Ambrose is going to get the championship at one point. So that's going to be amazing for them when they end their careers and they've all won the WWE championship at least once. Well, so I'm guessing all bets are on Ambrose?
Yeah.
Nope.
What?
I said I was taking the Authority to take out Ambrose, and then Rollins wins, and then the Authority turns on Rollins.
You're seriously going with the dumbest finish?
Hi, have you not met the WWE?
No, look, the WWE has not been dumb with the main event scene since WrestleMania. Since WrestleMania, the whole main event scene revolving around the former Shield and the Authority has actually been pretty well done. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that it hasn't been boring?
It really hasn't been.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't think they're going to go with that stupid as fuck decision, because that is the dumbest of the dumb. I think they've got something cooking. I think they have something cooking.
I'm trying to determine whether or not Ambrose having a 7-second championship reign is better than him having or not having one at all.
Ambrose does not deserve a 7-second championship reign. He deserves a hell of a lot better than that.
If Roman Reigns is going to turn heel, he might do it on that night. I doubt it. He might do it later because a Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Money in the Bank, this dynamic, if Reigns has the briefcase and Ambrose has the championship, like, that's easy to book. They become nervous being around each other because Ambrose is the champion. Reigns has the opportunity to steal the championship. Like,
and Rollins
could happen.
And the Authority is pretty much out. Period. Well, not out. Period. But you know what I mean. Like they don't have the easy track to the championship.
Could you?
Okay, fuck it.
Could you imagine
Ambrose?
Oh, damn it. Oh well. Well, now, great. Now all of us are in the same thing, except for the tag team championship match.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, that's whatever though. It's like, I mean, some of these matches, while we are on the same thing, like John Cena versus Kevin Owens, and the tag team matches are like, maybe we're wrong. Who knows? And
that one's a hard one to call.
And same thing with the Money in the Bank match. If they really want to go crazy, they can. But the thing is that the unpredictable bits are not necessarily who wins, it's what happens afterward. The John Cena versus Kevin Owens, not necessarily who wins, it's what happens afterward. Main event and Money in the Bank match, not necessarily who wins, it's about what happens afterward that is the unpredictable part. So,
and with the Divas title match, it doesn't matter what happens now, it really doesn't matter what happens ever.
Then, now, forever.
Ha!
I just had a really stupid idea in my head.
What's that?
What is it? Let's hear it.
Okay, so say that, and this is just a big what if. Dean Ambrose wins the championship. Seth Rollins gets screwed out of the Authority. Seth Rollins turns face, aligns himself with Ambrose and Rollins as the Authority's coming after them. No, sorry, Rollins Reigns. And Shield 2.0 versus the Authority. It's stupid, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Shield 2.0, it's a bit too soon for that, especially since Roman Reigns has their theme. So,
fuck it, I don't know. Just cut that out. Cut that out.
No, I'm not going to cut that out because we don't know. Like, this is really unpredictable because there are so many different branches and things where even just the most minor of differences can make the entire main event scene go in a completely different direction. So the outcome of these matches, as predictable as the wins may be, are just anywhere. Anything can happen.
All right.
Will it? That's the question. But will it?
By the way, before we end this podcast, I feel we should briefly, or at least mention or talk about what we recorded this Thursday, so we kind of just found out the news. The certain God, why do I find this so hard to say? Dusty Rhodes has passed away. It's something completely out of nowhere that none of us are really expecting. We assumed that Dusty was in good health, and to hear this sort of news, it's a pretty big blow. We hear that sometimes we hear wrestlers that are like not very well known pass away, or people who are I guess in the indie circuit, or older wrestlers, older Hall of Famers. This one I think is a pretty big hit because Dusty's really close. WWE. He's really close with the inner workings of it, with NXT, and I hope that they mention or do something about this on either SmackDown or Raw or something.
They have to. Like
I'm very certain that this upcoming Raw after Money in the Bank, it will be Dusty themed. I have no question about it, and I also have no question that this will lead to a push for Cody Rhodes. I have no question about that they're going to drop the Stardust gimmick immediately.
Please do.
They're going to drop that shit like a bad habit, and they're going to have him go as Cody Rhodes, in one capacity or another.
Yeah, I think it would probably be best for him to drop the whole Stardust thing, because I do not think he's going to be able to do that, especially after what's happened now.
Yeah, like he's got nothing going on with the Stardust thing anyway, besides maybe a possible thing with the guy from Arrow at
I'm
SummerSlam.
so excited about that. I'm excited about that. I want that to happen. Friggin' Stephen Amell and Sheamus, TMNT 2 promoting it. Stephen Amell's on Raw. Holy shit. But anyway.
Yeah, but even then, if that is the most that we can hope for Stardust, then no. I'd rather see Cody be Cody and Cody just do shit. But
it's still really sad to hear about this passing away,
yeah,
especially considering on this same day Christopher Lee passed away as well. So
yeah, it's a sad day for nerds.
Well, we're 2 into the rule of 3. We just gotta wait for one more. It's always rule of 3s. Always. I mean, Dusty Rhodes, like, he put down such an incredible legacy in the 70s and 80s. The guy has one of the best minds in the business in history. The guy could book anything and make it work. He also was a huge advisor in the WWE. And he actually gave many of the wrestlers that we see today their names. Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose are 2 very notable examples. Like, Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose would not be Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose without Dusty Rhodes. During his career in the 70s and 80s, the best part about him was that he was special because he wasn't special. He was a big fat guy with white curly hair. His finishing move was a goddamn elbow to the face. He wore polka dots to the fucking ring. He
was the son of a plumber.
He was a son of a plumber. He had these goofy as fuck promos, but at the same time, that's what made him special. The fact that he wasn't special because he was the American dream. He was this guy that you could point to and say, you know what, if he can make it, I can make it. Because I want to live the American dream, and I want to do what Dusty Rhodes did. I want to cut an amazing Hard Times promo on Ric Flair. I want to go into the ring and bionic elbow everybody as though I'm doing a fucking Stone Cold Stunner. I want to be one of the greatest backstage leaders in the history of wrestling.
The thing about Dusty to me is that he is a perfect example of, you may not be the best wrestler, but if you can entertain everybody, that's what will help get you over. You can improve your wrestling, you can get better at it, but if you have the crowd paying attention to you, even if you're not the best wrestler, people are still going to care. And that's the great thing about Dusty. He worked from that. He had a weird as hell angle, but it worked for him. And it's what got him into the Hall of Fame.
Tomorrow, after this goes up, tomorrow on Raw.
Raw?
Well, yeah, tomorrow on Raw, because this is going up on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow on Raw, there's going to be some kind of tribute special for him. I don't know if it's going to be as big as the one that Guerrero or Benoit got, but it shouldn't just be a passing 30 seconds before the air, just like, rest in peace. On to the show. No, it should be a lot more important than that. Dusty Rhodes is a lot bigger than that. Yeah, he deserves at least a 5-minute long, like, just detailing of his career. Like, they can find 5 minutes to cut. Like, they're going to do something special for him. I would hope.
Moving on to something positive, back to Money in the Bank. I think this is going to be a great pay-per-view. The 2 big matches are really going to help dictate what happens from here on. So us Haymakers, we're just going to sit back, watch somebody climb a ladder, and we're going to see if history can be made. History can be changed. History can be altered. History could be Doctor Who-ified. We don't even know. Hell, the TARDIS could show up and all of a sudden, bam, the future Roman Reigns shows up and takes the championship. We don't know. Anything could happen.
If that happens, like,
fucking TARDIS shows up and like Roman Reigns pops out and takes the briefcase. It's a bomb!
No, don't win the Money in the Bank, Roman. Why not, Roman? Trust me, you don't want to see what happens. Oh. Man, that would be a hell of a thing. But call me skeptical. I don't know about that.
All right, I think now is a good time to end it.
I was just going off on a tangent there. I wasn't even expecting to go into that territory. Thank you, Nikki. You rolled with it.
No problem.
Like, comment, subscribe, give us money on Patreon. You guys all know the drill. We love you all. We're nearing 200 subscribers. Thank you all for listening. And I think there's only one fitting way to end this. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money
money,
talks.
money, 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 money.
God damn it, you botched it again.
Oh my God, it's Shane O'Mac. Oh my God, he's climbing the ladder. He's coming the ladder. He's got the fuck me, I fucked up that joke.
Bling, ching, god ding, pound, god jing, euro,
You people suck. Why do I hang out with you people? What the fuck?